Hey folks, and welcome to the Pipnotic Symposium for the 21st of December 2021. Today we're going to run over a few pairs, starting with the American dollar, Swiss franc. So if we have a quick look at where we are on the major time frames, you can see that we are a little bit low and we have some price inefficiencies above price that we need to address, namely this one just here. Okay. And so this needs to be looked at in the not so distant future. We had this one, but it's been rebalanced. We had this one, but it's been rebalanced. We had this one. Oops, that wasn't very good. We had this one. It's been rebalanced. This one has been rebalanced. And so the only one that needs rebalancing really is, unless price comes all the way down to the base, which it probably won't this minute, we need to fix this one just here, which has been rebalanced here back to the sell zone just here. So I think price will potentially continue to wriggle higher in an attempt to revisit this area here and essentially this area of supply just above price. So that's what we're looking at there. And so knowing that, we could be considering some longs for the short term. Okay, but that's what we see on the weekly chart. On the daily chart, we might see something a little bit different. So if we look here, you can see, as a matter of fact, that we have this one here. We had this nice little price nodule. We went up, price inefficiency, price came back to the origin. We came up. We didn't quite get all the way to it, so maybe we'll revisit this low. But the most recent area is here. We have this here to revisit. Price came only back up to here. And this one here, the highs here are just here, leaving this as a really nice attractive price to follow price towards. Price already came back to here. We tested it. We had this one here. We got pretty close, and so maybe eventually a run down here to completely satisfy this price inefficiency, testing the buy zone, and then a continuation higher to rebalance this on its way back up to here. So that's what we have there. If we go to the pound American dollar, I'm going to do these a little fast today. I hope that's okay, just to keep these videos short. So if we look at this, let's go here. Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff. This, we have this. So we have a lot of price inefficiencies we need to be mindful of. Let me get rid of these. Okay, sorry, everything froze there. But if we look on this time frame here, on the monthly we do have these above price, and currently we do have price inefficiencies here, and it looks like we're rebalancing this one here. Also notice on this time frame we had something in here which was removed by something in here, so price is very likely going to come down here before it continues higher to this area here. Tested once, we have a child area, tested a couple of times, so the path of least resistance is high back up to here. Also note that we do have this right here. This is an inefficient low, and I say that because price went down quickly and came back up, and so there wasn't a lot of transacting going on at that price point. So if we just so if we go back here, you can see that we had this right here. Okay, and so price came down. We had a huge liquidity exploration down here, racing lower, attracting buyers, releasing liquidity into the marketplace. Then we had a big nice push higher. Okay, and so we returned to this price point here, which is a sell zone, very clearly marked off. We formed supply, and then we started to gap lower here, making this nice price inefficiencies lower. Okay, this is a really nice area of demand, buy zone right there. So if price comes back down to here, I'm thinking we'll probably see some really nice price movement to something like this, and then a move and away, and then back up to maybe towards these highs here. So I like that quite a lot. Go to the smaller time from the daily. What do we have? Well, looking here, we have, so we've got this here. Actually, that's not the one. We have this one here. Tested. We have a parent, a child, the buy zone's here for the child, and so yeah, it moves down into this area, be quite nice. And if you look at this here, I mean, price has already, we've already done the shakeout here. Price has already been around that area here, so this is pretty washed out here. So price will easily move down to the low of this just here. So checking for the lows of this little area. We have a lot of kind of pulls back slingshots here all the way up. Price is currently here. Ooh, kind of visiting this one here. And looking pretty efficient on its way down. We have this one here, which is still a little inefficient. The sell zone. We had this area here. Price was trying to go lower, lower. We sat on that area. So we had resistance. Let me redraw that. We had this. Tested, 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 tested. This area sat on it. Removed it. This area. Removed this one. And now this one here. Removed this one here. And so price tested it once. It's a shame like these, we kind of get to these when the move's already happened, but that was a really nice sell there. But just because price has already left, it doesn't mean it won't go back. Okay, and so what we have here as well, we do have another buy zone here. Tested once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and now it's gone. The area that did it is here. Okay, tested once, but another test, that could certainly take another test. So potentially something like this, and the continuation lower to essentially the parent, which is down here, which I like quite a lot. That's at the, yeah, well, down there. Okay, we have, this is already picked up by the software nicely, which is really good. Currently we're just testing this area here. On the smaller time frame here, we have price inefficiencies. We do indeed. So we've got this tested, tested, removed. What area did it? There's something in there. So that's a price sensitive area that we could watch somewhere here. We have also this that was tested and removed by something in here. Here's a sell zone. And we had this as well. Tested and now removed. What did it? Just with something in here. Sell zone from right here. So this would be a price sensitive area. So for this scenario, I mean, selling from around here would be nice. And from around here. Okay, and also buying until we rebalance this price inefficiency. So going to the smaller time frames, yeah, I mean, we're probably going to continue to move higher. Lots of pushes lower, 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 big wicks. Okay, so we had something in here. Tested several times. Removed by this. Okay, tested once. Removed now by what? By this. And so buying in the lows here and getting out around here would be a pretty interesting move. And so just buying pullbacks back up into there. Okay, go to the next one, the Euro American dollar. This is pretty clear what this is doing if you go to the weekly chart. So if you have a look at what we have here, we've got this, we've got this, we redo that, we've got it there, tested twice there, once, 2 times, and then this is essentially where price came back to. The sell zone's right there. We do have a child right there. Okay, so prices will likely wriggle higher to rebalance this. Okay, and so look for patterns like, I mean, down here into this area just here, something like price going like that, but the histogram doing maybe something a little different where we have the 0 line and price is kind of doing this. Okay, around the same humps like that. So we have boom and boom. Okay, and just waiting for price to pop up and then buying at that area of demand that was responsible for moving this supply just here. Okay, so we're going to see that probably in the coming days. If we go to the 4-hour chart, we'll probably see it a little bit closer. Hey, we have a pretty clear pattern here. We've got this here, tested several times, Okay, above price we have this, which has been tested several times as well, but we have liquidity void, liquidity void. Okay, so we're likely going to test right there, sell zone, and so we're likely going to wriggle higher from here. We're also at the bottom of this channel, just in here. Okay, so this is an area of value. This push below price is an attempt to attract buyers and stop out like shorter term buyers with their stops below here, running for the stops, releasing liquidity into the market that is used to fill the positions required to drive price higher. So I think we're probably going to wriggle higher to somewhere around here, and ultimately we zoom out a little bit. Here we've got something here as well. The software is showing you pretty clearly what we have to do. We have this here, tested, tested, tested. It's been removed. What area did it? Something in here. Going to a small time frame. Let's see if we can find that. That's not easy to see, is it? Zoom out all the way. Okay, there it is. So now we can see. We had this. Tested, tested, and now there's something here. We can't see what it is, so let's put a box on it. Something in there. Then we'll go to the 30 minute, maybe even the 15 minute. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, so now you can see it clearer. Okay. Okay, so we have, come on, we have something like this. So we've got kind of levels on top of levels here. So price came down. We kind of, this is this area we kind of tested a few times, and then price released from this area here. So price is probably going to kind of wriggle deep into this area here, I think. So that could be an interesting place to begin to entertain shorts. Going to the American dollar, Japanese yen. Going to the weekly chart. What are we doing? Yeah, wow. Well, we've really got this to deal with, don't we? But that's far away. Price. We had this as well. Okay, and we've got this here. And the reason these areas are interesting is because I can leave that on there and draw this. See, we've got something in here that was tested, and it's removed. What it removed it. This did something in here. It was tested. So this is an interesting area right here. Okay, so that's one you could maybe look for another test at just here, preferably with the highs, because the pancakes have been removed up into this area. Below price, we have something else going on where we've got kind of this little wedge thingy. We do have some demand down here. Tested. We've got a child, which looks like that's this pennant thing. We had the buy zone, which was tested. Price went a little bit deeper. Tested it, and now we're kind of at the higher end of this little zone, and so I would be pretty keen on selling up when price gets up into this area. So just put your alarms for the highs of this little price nodule here, and look for the pattern that we like to see within our area where price just has a run, move lower, and looking for the supply that removed this demand, and selling just here and following it down. So that's what we're waiting for. Okay, American dollar, Canadian dollar. And what are we doing here? Well, we do have similar things. We've got this. We've also got this here. Also got this here. Okay, so go to the smaller time frame. Let's just zoom in actually. Before we do anything else, we got this. We have lots of tests. Boom, 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 boom. What area removed it? This one did. So this is where we're going to go. And that's pretty close. That's probably a few days away. A week away. So that might be an interesting area to sell. But you can put your limit in there, or you can just wait and see what happens. So wait till price gets there. It kind of figures out what it's going to do. And it'll probably coincide with something. You see, we had some tests here. There's something in here. So you're going to have to ask yourself the question, is the risk reward on this trade good enough? Maybe not, but on a smaller time frame it could be. So if you look on the daily chart, I'll zoom out once more, and we do have some interesting areas there. We've got this one here. See, we had something in here. So we've got this one, we've got this continuation pattern, sell zone. We had something, we had something in here. Tested on the release here and here. This held it. Now we're moving lower. We've got something here. Tested, tested. This area did it. It's been tested once, twice, and this is a third test. So price could easily kind of challenge that and continue to move high, but we do have maybe some price inefficiencies here that the price will maybe want to wriggle back into in order to rebalance price. Okay, so we'll see. Let's have a look at this one. This will be our last one. Going to keep this nice and short. 16 minutes. It's still pretty long. But on the Australian dollar, American dollar, on the weekly chart, we have a lot of price inefficiency above. Got this one. Got this one. We got this one. Okay, so there's lots of reasons to move high. We've also got this, which is an inefficient push lower. We've also got this one here, and these here, they're closer to price. This is further away, so this is going to take longer to rebalance. So knowing that, I'm going down to a smaller time frame. We could maybe look for selling opportunities. Let's zoom in a little. Okay, so we have this, which was removed, tested a few times here, removed by this. Okay, here we have this that was tested a few times, removed by something in here. Tested once, tested twice. Then we had this, it was tested once. Now it's gone. There's something in here which has been tested once. Yeah, so that's what we're looking at. So price will likely move back down to here. Let's see what it looks like in here. Let's see how efficient it is here. It's pretty inefficient. Inefficient. We have these big swings, but they are rebalancing pretty nicely, and so I think that we are going to likely see price kind of revisit this here, this little price nodule here. Yeah, I mean, this could go either way. So just buying and selling at the extremes of these price movements. Cool. And if you guys haven't yet looked at these, I recommend that you go in and you have a look at the the machine learning or the deep learning forecast, because they're really good. They're doing a lot better than I had actually hoped for. And if we go here to the forecast window, you can see some of the forecasts that it's made on the American dollar, Japanese yen. Our price was here, then it went up here, just here, and then it said the price would drift higher, and price has done that nicely. Over here we have 0.1, 0.2, and then price would move lower. We have 0.1, 0.2, and price did move lower. We had this one 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Price did indeed move higher from 2, and now we're having a bit of a pullback down back to 2 before price goes up and does what it does. And on the Euro American dollar, we had price kind of moving sideways, and that's exactly what it did here. And on the Euro Japanese yen, we had 0.1, 0.2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we have a look on the current price chart, also using a line chart so it corresponds to the prediction, yeah, it's just essentially saying that it shouldn't wriggle a little bit lower. But when I see this, without even looking at anything else, I can see this. Something like that. Okay, and so this is going to be like that. The histogram will likely be doing something maybe slightly different, and then moves higher to rebalance all of these price inefficiencies that we can see. Okay, so have a look at these. They're really good. They're doing really well, actually, so I encourage you to see. It's also making some like kind of crazy predictions on this is the Dow Jones index. This could be a glitch. I said it was a glitch, but but it's showing some like instability on the Dow Jones. We'll see how that plays out over the next couple of weeks. That's moving us well into January, so we'll have to see. Yeah, but there's a lot going on here. We have this here. This is actually the Australian dollar, American dollar. This is just a really nice one here. If we have a quick look at that. Okay, just bringing up the prediction there. You can see that it's looking pretty interesting. We did have, actually this was run today. Okay, so I don't actually, let me find the prediction from earlier. Okay, so here's the prediction from earlier where price was down here. You can see the low here, and then it predicted a move back higher and then a wriggle lower, and we got that move higher, and we certainly did have that wriggle lower. Okay, so you can use these predictions. They're really surprisingly accurate, which is super exciting. So check them out. They're in the ML dashboard on the website. Let me show you where they are. Okay, so they're right here. You just go here and you go down to the ML dashboard. Okay, and then here you click on the machine learning forecast, and then they'll pop out. Then you can browse all of the images. Okay, so give it a shot. Good. I'm going to leave it at that. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.